Before I begin, I would like to ask you a question. Have you ever heard about what do you want to be when you grow up? Who has heard of that question? Can I see a raise of hands? Now put them down, and I want to ask another question. Who wants to be a doctor? A few of you, I see you guys, even at the back. A teacher? None. An engineer? A lawyer? An entrepreneur? Or maybe even a content creator? Growing up as the overachieving child, everybody told me that whatever I set my mind into, I can achieve it. People gave me a map to success. They said that if I wanted to be a lawyer, if I wanted to be a professor, if I want to be an entrepreneur, or even a content creator, I can be who I wanted to be. Next slide, please. And so, right after graduation from my college program, I set to become a content creator. I started joining Toastmasters in 2021 and posted my impromptu speeches online. And everybody told me that I can be a TED Talk speaker one day. And then on the side, I started building a business, Too Chic. I started creating clothes from scratch. I started developing my own products and even created business strategies to promote my products. And luckily, one day, Toastmasters invited me to my first ever international speech in the US. And people told me one thing: you finally made it. And you have everything in your hands now that this is the breakthrough of your content creation journey. But while people said that I made it, I felt like a failure inside. Everybody told me what it's like to be successful, but nobody taught me how to handle failures. Everybody told me that if I wanted to pursue something, I just needed to work hard. But what if hard work isn't going to take you where you want to be? Next slide, please. So while I was staring at the map of how to be successful, I finally realized that I couldn't be everything that I wanted to be. Not because of hard work, not because of luck, but sometimes life just happens. And while I was the overachieving kid, I realized that I was slowly tying who I was to my achievements. Everybody thought of me as a content creator, public speaker, but deep down and deep behind closed doors, I didn't know who I was outside of my achievements. And so I thought to myself, next slide please, what if I never become the version of me that I thought I would be when I reach 30? What if I never become the entrepreneur that I thought I would be? And just while I was having my first international speech in the US, the business that I built during my early 20s started to crumble down right in front of me. Next slide, please. So in the map that everybody handed to me that I will be successful no matter what I do, I had to take 3 detours. The first detour was my worth isn't tied to my achievements. I remember posting my impromptu speeches online and even promoting my business, and nobody believed in me. I remember thinking to myself that I really have to make it. I really want to pursue a business that empowers women, and not just women, but the youth with how they speak up and use their voice. But then one of my friends messaged me while I was complaining that I was working 14 to 17 hours a day. What's your job? Because at the time, I was only earning 8,000 pesos per month. While everything was glorified online, I was barely making ends meet. And people didn't really take my job seriously. until I made it into the international stage, until I had the results to show up for it. So I didn't know how to apologize to my younger self that I will never be that entrepreneur anymore. I had to come to the terms that losing the dream felt like losing me. How do you apologize to a younger version of you, especially when you dreamed so high? But that's not who you will become. Next slide, please. So I realized that it's okay to outgrow who you were. I remember that while I was having my first international speech, I had to ship products, create campaigns for my business because I was about to launch it online. But then nothing really happened despite having to launch it. And so I saw people, the disappointment in their eyes, and they didn't have to tell me that because I could see it clearly. I didn't know how to handle it. But then I realized that we don't owe anyone an explanation. Not to our younger selves, not to people who see us online, and especially not to our friends, family, because we don't have anything to prove. Although the map is handed to us, it is all about learning that you can take detours. It's about evolving, adapting, and becoming any version of you that who you want to be, not just what people expect you to be. Next slide, please. And so I started redrawing the map that I had for myself. I started thinking about, hey, I don't need to be the version of me that people expect me to be. I can always strive to redraw the map and trust myself along the way. Next slide, please. And I would just like to remind you that success isn't something that people can define for you. It's something that we get to define in ourselves, not what other people expect of us. Next slide, please. Because our worth isn't tied to a dream, it's tied to our courage to chase a dream, outgrow it, redefine it, and maybe create something new. Thank you.